Historically, the Detroit Lions draft players that come in for the top 30 visits. And we've heard of a few players that have come in, a cornerback that's visited. I don't think I made a video about him, but we've had a few defensive ends as well. But I just saw that the Detroit Lions had a wide receiver come in for a top 30 visit. This is coming from Ian Rappaport. Says, the Lions hosted Texas wide receiver Matthew Golden over the weekend. Now, this is kind of a big deal because this guy is slated to go in the first round of the 2025 NFL draft. And what would that mean? We already have a first round pick wide receiver on our team. But the question that I have is, what does that mean for him? Now, we already talked about Jameson Williams in a video right before this. I'll make sure I link it in the cards so you can check that out after you watch this video. But this guy is projected to go in the first round. If we've seen Brad Holmes trade up for guys that he wants, Terrion Arnold, he came up 4 spots last year. He came up 20 spots in 2022 to get Jameson Williams. And with Jameson Williams going on to year 4, and that 5th-year option at the making of this video on April 14, 2025, not yet being picked up, could the Detroit Lions be entertaining drafting a wide receiver in the first round of the 2025 NFL draft? Now, I'm going to keep it $150, man. You already know what I'm going to say. So I'm going to leave it for another video. But if the Detroit Lions were to do that, that would probably, in my opinion, signal that we are going to move on after year 4 of Jameson Williams. Now, let's check out the prospect grade for Matthew Golden. And this is coming from NFL.com. 191 pounds, 5'11", so he's on the shorter side, but that may not matter. Prospect grade, here's the key. 6.42, will become good starter within 2 years. Now, depending on where you go, NFL Draft Buzz or different prospect websites, the ranking could be higher. Will become good starter, we already read that. He ranks 82, which is good overall. Production score, he ranked 10th out of wide receivers at the combine at 74. Athleticism score, 87. Total score, 82. Wide receiver rank, 5th. Combine results, 40-yard dash, a 4.29, which is insane. And if we go down here and check out his overview, here's what Greg Zuerlein or Lance Zuerlein had to say. Says Golden works all 3 levels of the field with similar consistency and productivity. His route running needs refinement. Okay, so did Jameson Williams, but he does a decent job of altering tempo and separating at breakpoints. Golden has the ability to play all 3 receiver spots. Now, we know that Jameson Williams is definitely a weapon, but this is intriguing as well. He also has the agility and body control to turn near misses into highlight catches. Focus drops still pepper his play, but he's a willing participant in traffic and took command of contested catches with better physicality and catch strength in 2024. Golden's starting level traits and big leap forward as a go-to playmaker have him primed to become a productive catch maker with the potential to develop into a wide receiver 1 in the future. Now, that is pretty intriguing. If you look at where everything is lining up, and you guys always talk about not breaking the bank and not drafting for need and all that type of stuff, right? Do we need a wide receiver? We do. Do we need one in the first round? I don't know. But if you're looking toward the future, like we know Brad Holmes likes to do, then this would be a move that he could make. We've talked about an offensive lineman in the first round. We talked about a wide receiver in the first round. And it's like I said, since he does not draft for need, Matthew Golden could be looking toward the future. Not necessarily this year. Of course, he would play this year, but we're talking about year 5 of Jameson Williams' contract when he could potentially not even be on the team. I know that's something we might not want to talk about right now, but depending on what happens in the next 2 weeks, we might have to have that conversation. I think the Detroit Lions are going to pick up his 5th-year option, but I don't know if they're going to extend him after next year. And if you were to take Matthew Golden, if you were to take him, and let's say you took him and you kept Jamison Williams. Even if you picked up Jamison Williams' fifth-year option, you're talking about Golden going into year 3 and Jamison Williams either being re-signed or finding another team. Now, here are the strengths and weaknesses coming from NFL.com. Here are his strengths. Says, meets the moments with big plays and big games, adequate linear speed to work past corners on vertical routes, agile feet allowing quicker gather and cut as a route runner, good alteration of route tempo and intermediate work, shows ability to sink, slow, and open quickly from hard vertical push, twitchy, pluck and tuck, protects the catch throughout contact, displays body control and focus for highlight reel adjustments and grabs, big play kick return talent with 2 touchdowns as a sophomore at Houston. So that's very intriguing right there. I think that Brad Holmes did not want to use Jamison Williams. I don't know. He loves Jamison Williams, and we've never seen J-Mo return a punt. We saw it happening, kicks and punts in training camp, but not in a real game. Here's his weaknesses, though. Routes can be too nonchalant and unfocused, takes foot off the gas if he feels like the route is covered, pops upright into route breaks, providing cover to tail, needs to play stronger at the top of the route, inconsistent working back on throws to protect catch point. So that means that could lead to interceptions. Poor hand timing causes focus drops underneath. So it looks like that this kid, could have some work to do. I saw some of his highlights. Can't say that I've watched him. I don't watch a lot of Texas games. But if you look at us picking up or having Jamison Williams for year 4, and no doubt this guy is going to get out on the field. So you're talking about Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tim Patrick, you got Khalif Raymond. You also have Ronnie Bell that's part of the team. And then you could bring in a guy like Matthew Golden. Now, you guys know how I feel about what we need in the first round. We also have pick number 60 as well. Is there some type of trade brewing for the Detroit Lions? Kayvon Thibodeau has come up quite a bit, and it looked like there might be some late round picks, maybe a second or third. So I don't know. So maybe that's a thing. Maybe we will see a draft day trade that brings a defensive end to us. And if we were to but see, the thing is, Tankathon has him going at 22-ish, somewhere around there, probably. And you never know how the draft is going to go. So with the Detroit Lions sitting at 28, they would no doubt have to package. And from what I understand, you can't trade the compensatory pick. So that means that the Detroit Lions would have to either trade a different pick or maybe a pick from next year in order to move up. It cost them, a 3rd-round pick to move up 4 spots. What would it cost to move up more if Marcus is going to go early to mid-20s? So he probably will be gone by the time the Detroit Lions pick at 28. Here's where I'm at, and I'm going to keep it $150. I already know the schedule is going to be brutal. It's going to be absolutely brutal. Brad knows what he has to do. I'm going to sit here and watch and talk about it. But we're going to see what happens. So if you get a wide receiver in the first round, like I said, our offense is going to have to be so good if our defense doesn't dramatically improve that we are going to have to outscore everybody. And I think we could have done that if we would have traded for like a Devontae Adams or something like that at the trade deadline and have that overpowered offense. I would like to see the defense better. There's no doubt about it. I would like to see an edge. I would like to see the defense better some way, somehow on that defensive line by the time we kick off in September of this year. But if you're going to go wide receiver in the first round, then we better score. That means that you are trying to outscore. That means that this would tell me that that Brad Holmes is okay with like a bottom to mid-tier defense because he expects the offense to pick up where it left off. Don't forget, we had the number 1 offense in the league at the end of last season. We had it predominantly the most of the season as well. So let me know your thoughts. Matthew Golden. Him coming in for a top 30 visit absolutely means something. It absolutely means something. The fact that this guy is supposed to go in the first round absolutely means something as well. The fact that he's mocked to go in some mock drafts to the early to mid 20s. That's right around the Detroit Lions range where they could play with a couple things and come up 6 to 8 spots. And if we were to do that, that signals to me that Jamison Williams is more likely out the door than being extended. Something to behold for sure. Speaking of NFL draft, we will be live all 3 days for the NFL draft. I am super stoked about it because I have ordered my merchandise. And at the latest, it will be here the day of the draft. They got it slated to get here between the 21st and the 24th. Last time when I ordered this shirt, it came a few days early. So it is more, so it might take longer to ship, but hopefully they're pretty good with shipping. I should have it hopefully that day. So hopefully I will see you then. We will be live all 3 days starting Thursday at 7 p.m. The draft is at 8. We'll be live Friday at 6 p.m. The draft starts at 7. And then we will be live on Saturday at 11 a.m. The draft starts at 12 p.m. and we will be live all 3 days. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. I just got one thing to say, man. You know what? I'll say that for another video. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. You know what? I figured out what it is. There's 2 content creators out there. I'm going to say 3 words to you. Say my name.